Now, I had some people wondering on Twitter and Facebook and stuff, wondering why is it called Turning Point? Why are they called turning points? We had turning point one, turning point two, now we have turning point three, and believe it or not, we have one more turning point to go through. So, why are they called turning points? And you can tell this by looking at what Reese is doing before these turning points. Notice how Rudius has this life he is comfortable in. He has adjusted himself to society, he made his friends, he's growing, but then he is satisfied in the situation he is in. Everything's going his way. The first time, he went to the Ashura Kingdom to help Eris tutor her to get money so him and Sophie can go into school. So that because of that, he was satisfied until the teleportation incident happened. That was turning point one. It caused him to change everything that happened with his life. Turning point two, he had this thing of going back home, him reuniting with his family, him and Eris together along with Ruger, but then they made Oyster. Oyster made big Oyster's meeting causes big changes once again in Ruiz' life. He is more scared of death, mainly Oyster. He has this new viewpoint of having to study different kinds of magic because of that, Ranma. Then he had, which is called stir magic, by the way. Then Eris decides to leave because she felt weak while fighting Oyster. And not just weak in strength, but weak of will. Eris was scared to face Oyster again after that incident, but Rudius was preparing himself already on what to do if they ever meet again, if they have to fight. So there's a big difference. Ruger finds some peace of mind about his tribe. A lot of stuff has happened. So because of that, things changed. Now we're here again. Ruiz is at this academy. He has Selfie as a wife. He made ties with Norn. He has friends. He's living this happy family life. Everything's going the way it's supposed to be in his viewpoint. Then he receives the letter. He receives the letter and it says that they need help rescuing Zenith in the Bagarat content. So because of that, he has to make another decision this time. The first two times, he had no choice in the matter of what to do within the turning points. They were kind of forced upon him. The meeting of Oyster, the teleportation incident, those were out of his control. But this one, he has a decision this time, in this turning point. This decision will change the course of his life. Again, that's what they're called turning points. They're different. They're causes Rudy's life to change dramatically in these incidents. And then you have Hitagami showing up saying, hey, don't go, you'll regret it. He says before too, when Rudy is looking for Zenith, don't go, you'll regret it. But how can he regret it? You gotta remember this. Hitagami has not lied yet. He has not lied yet. At all. Everything he says is true, but just because someone's telling the truth doesn't mean they have good intentions. You gotta be careful of that, people. So because, for that being said, what he says is true. If he goes, he will regret. If he stays, he will still regret. Rudy is supposed to live a life without regret. But the thing he needs to learn is no one lives a life without regret. Unless you're a total psycho. But even probably a psycho will live life without regret. There's probably something that they wanted to do, but they didn't get a chance to do it because they probably went overboard with their actions to the point they died, and they get a chance to do what else left they wanted to do. So there's that. But everyone lives with regrets. No matter how hard you try your life, no matter how many times you go to a fortune teller, something in life where you have to make a tough decision on how things are going to play out in your life. There's no perfect happy ending for this. And Rudy always has this vision. If you haven't realized throughout the series, Rudy always has a vision of everyone he knows in this room eating and talking. He always has that in his vision, even when he was a kid in this world. He always wanted that. I guess the main thing he always wanted is family. He wanted a family that he can do better with than his own previous family. The one that he decided to shut out and thought that everyone was his enemy, but in reality, everyone cared for him. And he took him too long to it had to take him to die and come back to life and new life to understand that his family did care for him. So this time he's trying best to be the best family member he can, the best family man, you could say. So let's talk about the other details in this show. Small details that will have some impact later on in the story. First one we saw is Rudius and Norn. Rudius trying to write a paper out for Richard to help redeem his race. And in this situation, Norn decides to help him with that. This will lead in direction of Norn becoming, an author, a writer, and you will say she writes books in the future. This is her starting point onto that. She'll start writing everything she knows about Richard, the stories that he told her in Night Tales and stuff. Another one is when Aisha is also helping out. Well, she asks for allowance and she goes to the market. She also asks Rudius for magical soil. This will come to play later on as well. I believe volume 13. There's even a thing that Cliff is working on for Alina Lays for her curse removing magic. In a way, that too will also play some parts in the future as well. Not for Alina Lays, but also for another character I will not spoil. It will come in to help them as well. But in a different object, of course. And then there's the scene with Zenoba. Zenoba was working on an arm and stuff. That will come to play. And then what they believe they skipped out. Like I said, I have a trouble of remembering stuff that happens in the web novel and stuff that happens in the light novel. I always have that problem with myself. There's a scene where Rudius meets Ginger and he realizes why Ginger is staying with Zenoba and them. And Ginger says something that offends Zenoba, and Zenoba begins choking her out. Yes, that happens. I don't know if it happens in the light novels. Like, that's what I'm saying. I have problems sometimes remembering what did and didn't happen in each source material. But Zenoba got enraged at Ginger and started choking her out, and Rudius had to calm him down. She insulted him, and he got mad because Rudius is the first person to truly open up to him, to be his friend and give him a chance. Like, he isn't meant to just destroy, he can also create and stuff. That's why he's also so fascinated with figurines and stuff. So he started to choke out Ginger. Yeah, that happened. I don't think it happened in the manga either, so it probably didn't happen in the light novels as well. I guess it just happened in the web novels. I don't know. I think they should have done that. They should have done it. It shows that Zenoba can snap at any time, and you won't really expect when, because his strength and his mental state of how he sees Rudius and everybody else. I think they should have kept that in there. It would have been a little dark, but it would have been reality. Because remember, this guy used to pop off people's heads like it was nothing in the past. So there's that. And another thing, Selphie is pregnant. Yeah, Selphie is pregnant. My boy is becoming a dad, man. Congratulations to Rudius. Another reason why he doesn't want to go to the Barraget content is because Sally's pregnant. It'll take a year to make it there, and also a year to make it back. So because of that, he will miss the birth of his first child. He doesn't want that to happen as well. So go help Zenith or stay for the child. He has two things to decide. And also Hidegami told him to marry one of the beast princesses as well. And the next year he says that it'll be mating season and they'll challenge him and he gets to have an experience with one of them and stuff. And he says you will be have even more happiness. Once again, he didn't lie. And remember, in the past, Selphie did say that he can take on another girl if he has to or if he wants to. Selphie did say that herself. Remember that. But he decides to be loyal about Selphie. Selphie knows the Grey Rats, okay? She knows Paul. She knows Rudius, okay? She knows that they're very similar despite they different they can be. That's all I'm saying. But he did say to be with one of the Beast Princesses. Will he be that? Who knows? Could say. Could be an alternate reality. Who knows? So yeah, Norn's going out. Norn's like, hey, if you can't do it, I'm going to do it. And she already tripping on the first step. She's going to get killed. Oh, damn, Norn. But hey, man, she's doing it because Marita's not doing it, so she wants to step up and so like, yo, bro, why are you stepping up, man? You gotta go and help. You gotta help mom and dad. So yeah, she wanted to see her mom. Nora hadn't seen her mom. Hell, freaking Rudy's hadn't seen Zenith. Think about it. Rudy's hadn't seen Zenith since Volume 1. Rudy's hadn't seen Zenith since freaking Volume 1. And we're already on Volume 11, going on 12. Think about that. Yo, that's a long time, man. You haven't seen your mom since you were a kid. Like a toddler or something. Like you were like 6, 8 years old. Like, damn, man. I don't think I can not see my folks like that for a very long time, you know? That's a suck, you know? The last time you personally saw your dad, you guys had a fight and then you got me made up. But still, that was only for like a couple of days. Like, sheesh. Like, when you really think about it, Reese hasn't really been around his family for that long. When you really think about it. I guess how things work in that world. I guess it's the natural norm. Well, anyways, I'm looking forward to it, man. They did once again a good job with this episode. You know, they're picking up the pace now. They're getting closer to the volume I believe they truly do want to execute, which is volume 12, which is a lot, and I do mean a lot of people's favorite volume. That or 15, 16 is one of those. But anyways, that's like after the video. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. If you did enjoy this video, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has the Madcrownxox. I'm Anime. Signing out.